All right, good morning. This should be the August 27th percussion video. I'm hoping that I'm doing it. I'll get this all done in one video. Hoping. Um, and that I don't have to make a video for tomorrow. So for right now, I'm just going to say this is the August 27th percussion video. If I have to make another one, I'll make another one. Okay. Um, Today's class, we're just going to review over the dotted quarter note. Okay, we're going to do a little reviewing over the dotted quarter note on lesson 8. Okay, and then we're also going to lesson 9. That's the dotted quarter note goes in lesson 9. So we're going to do a little bit of reviewing of lesson 9. Then we're going to get into lesson 10 about syncopation. Okay, um, and then hopefully by the time I get done reviewing, getting into the new stuff, I won't have to do it August 27th. Okay. Um, Also, no test this Friday. There will not be a test for you this Friday. Or actually, your test would be tomorrow or today. Actually, well, I guess if you're watching this video on Thursday, then your test will. You're scheduled for a test on Thursday. You will not have a test on Thursday. Okay, you will not have a test on Thursday. You will not have a test on Thursday. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do y'all's test and if I even want to be honest. Okay. But make sure you're doing this work and learning some stuff because, like I said, you will have to take a test to get in the high school band next year. Since you're distance learning, I'm taking that back. The seventh grade percussion people, okay, you will have to take a test next year in order to get into high school band as an eighth grader. Okay. Um, all the high school percussion, you're fine, but you need to do this because this is good work for you. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get that lesson 9 out, the one about dotted quarter notes, okay? This one right here, lesson 9, sorry, it's in the light, dotted quarter, okay? Um, if you look on the board, okay, I'm going to put you down, okay? So put you down, okay? Um, let's just review over what the dotted quarter was, okay? So we talked about ties before, okay? Right here, this tie, okay? We talked about how in lesson 8 we went over ties and we saw a lot of quarter notes tied to an eighth note. Okay, that quarter note tied to an eighth note tie right there. Okay, that is the same thing as a dotted quarter. Okay, so as a dotted quarter. Okay, when we got that 1 and the beat 2. Okay. So when you count it, you would think like 3 eighth notes. Okay, this has 3 eighth notes in it. All right, so you would count it if you would subdivide it as 1 and 2, and then usually you'd have a third eighth note or a second eighth note tied to it. Usually, okay, just like down here when we went over number 2 on lesson 8, okay, that's number 2 on lesson 8, down here where we had that 3, all right, remember the dot will always be the next beat, okay, the dot will always be the next beat, okay, and if we remember from number 2, the second measure and the third measure are exactly alike, okay, except they're exactly right, they're alike, but they get written different, okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay? And just like this, okay? We wouldn't say this 4 right here, just like we wouldn't say this 4 right here. I'd say it right here, but when I tap it, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Notice that I didn't tap 4, but I tapped the and. Listen again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay? Now right here, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to say 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay? You understanding? This portion of everything is getting it's a little bit more advanced to teach over distance learning. So if you have questions on it, like I said, feel free to email me anytime. But like I was saying up here, the dotted quarter has 3 eighth notes because if you take, see if we can see it right here. Okay, if you take a quarter note. This quarter note actually splits up into 2 eighth notes. Okay, it takes 2 eighth notes to make 1 quarter, and then you have the eighth note tie right here, so there, bring that one down, 3/8 notes. So it takes 3/8 notes to make up that whole entire dotted quarter right here. So usually, sometimes when we count it, we will do like a subdivision. We say 3/E. All right, you hear those E. Those are the 3/8 notes that I'm subdividing. So look, if I said it right here, it go one. So you can see it. Sorry. Okay, if I'm gonna do the subdivision. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and you see here on the fourth after the third eighth note E, I go the and. So watch again. 1, 2, 3, and. All right. Now I don't really care to count it like that, but that's a good do that. But that is a good way to understand how you get the dotted quarter. Okay. But other times you just count it 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay. So if I was to clap and count, or if I was to count this whole entire measure, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's just giving a brief overview. Okay. All right. I think we did others on this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me switch pages real quick. All right. So on this side, let's switch pages. This is where I did number 6. Okay. Where it goes, where it's showing you, okay, it's just showing you other ways this could be written, or trying to simplify. If you look at, again, this is number 6 on that lesson 9, okay, we have it written like this, but this right here, the second measure, is exactly the same as this, okay. What this is trying to do is trying to like simplify it for you, I guess you could say. This measure right here is just simplifying what that would sound like, okay, where there's a rest, kind of like a rest. Well, I take that back. Scratch that. No. Scratch that. Scratch everything I said, okay? They're the same counting, but as a drummer, they sound the same. Okay, let me say that. As a drummer, they sound the same. Now, on a wind instrument, they don't. Okay? Okay, listen. Listen to that again. As a drummer, these two measures will sound the same. But as a wind player, they don't, okay? Because wind players have to hold that note out, and then that note doesn't get this quarter note doesn't get held out as much as this dotted quarter, okay? But for you, if I was just to tap this, it'd be 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1, okay? That's what it would sound like on there. But if I was to sing it, it'd go da 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 da. Did you hear the difference? Did you? If you didn't, let me sing it. Let me sing it one more time, just in case you didn't hear the difference. Okay, we got da 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 da. Okay, as a drummer, okay, pretend like my little marker is a pen. Okay, as a drummer, you don't hold out sound. Okay, so it'd be literally like this. You see, the sound didn't change. Okay, so. Yes, they sound. Yes, these two measures are semi the same, but they truly sound different if you were to play them on a wind instrument. Okay, you understanding? Did I do another one this way? All right, now. All right. Where's my blue marker? Oh, it's right here. All right. So, if you didn't do it, I want you to go ahead and do line number 8. All right, go ahead and do line number 8. Ready and go. All right, so we're doing line number 8, okay? Now, do notice that it is in 3/4, so you shouldn't have no 4 beats or anything, okay? This is in 3/4, okay? So let's look at it. Obviously, first measure, you got beat 1, big 1, okay, big 2. Now, remember, at the end of a tie, that you will have a little 3, so that should be little 3. And the reason that's little 3 is because we won't re-articulate that. We won't go 1, 2, 3, and. We would go 1, 2, 3, and. Okay? So little 3 and then a big and. All right? Then right here, we got a big 1, big 2. All right? And then a big and. Now, you could put that little 3 right there because remember, the dot represents the beat. The dot, and when we're talking about dotted half, dotted quarter, that dot is a beat. Usually, the dot's always a beat. Okay? Not always. Okay? All right, and then we get that last measure. Okay, got big 1, big and, big 2, little 3 for the dot, and then we got a big 1, little 2, little 3. Okay, because the dotted half note gets 3 beats. Okay, so if I was to click and count this, okay, it would be like this: 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, I miscounted that measure a little bit. Okay. So let me do it again, okay? This time I'm not going to say the small numbers, okay? This time, or I'll say the small numbers right here, but these 3 small numbers I won't say, okay? 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? This time I'm going to do it without saying the count so you can kind of hear what it sounds like, okay? 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, easy peasy, right? The counting is easy of it. It's just when you play it, that could be the little difficult part, the playing portion. Okay, all right. Do we understand this dotted quarter just a little bit better? All right. I hope you're understanding this dotted little quarter. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make another video for the August 27th. Okay, so for your homework tonight, make sure you do the all right, so for homework tonight, make sure you go ahead and do that note naming worksheet number 11, okay? Make sure to do that note naming worksheet number 11, okay? Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, okay? So go look for the August 28th video, okay? I was trying to make this into August 27th and 28th, but I've run out of time, so this is just the August 27th percussion video. Go find the August 28th. Peace.